Welcome back to the ATB channel, guys. We are back on the 7/7 event. In the last episode, we kind of dived into talking to some of the owners about their cars. We had little snippets of each owner. In this episode, we're going to deep dive into those conversations and go further into them. So this is what this episode is about. We bring you exclusive interviews with some of the owners of the 7 Series BMWs. They are passionate owners and they have some great stories to tell. We also spoke to an automotive journalist who gave us an insight of BMW in general, but also his love for 7 Series as well. We hope you enjoy it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It really helps our channel. And let's get on to talking to some of these owners with their 7 Series. So let's get started with Bav and his E23 745i.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your car?
Yeah, so this is a E23 1984. It's a 745 turbo, turbo executive. It's a turbo factory car.
Yep.
Left-hand drive, obviously with buffalo seats, 17-inch Remotech wheels. Not done a lot to it, to be fair. Bought it like this from a guy in Scotland. The cars come from Oklahoma and then Ohio in America. That was 2 owners over there. Then came over to Scotland and then over to me in Leicester. So 4 owners in total.
Amazing. So if you could tell me your favorite modification of the car or anything, what's your favorite bit about the car?
Well, that's hard to pick just one.
Okay, top three. In any order.
I think just the way it sits. It's just the overall look on it, the black and the chrome with the wheels, just the way it just sits there. The shape of it, I've always liked the sharp nose shape in general, E28s and stuff like that, so I've always liked the sharp nose. But just the way it sits, the way it feels, the way it drives, I mean, I drove it all the way back from Scotland. 7 hours driving, I was just taking my time, just happy with the smile all the way. So this is the perfect cruiser, it's got power when you need it, and it's just comfortable as well.
Absolutely. So just one last question, what drew you to the 7 Series?
Just something different. So I've got not too many luxury type of cars, more sports, sort of fast cars. I wanted like a luxury cruiser, something that stands out, looks a bit different. So I thought, I was actually looking at something very different, something Jap, Super Torino. So, and then that went, flopped on me a little bit, and then this turned up and it was perfect. For the money, never seen one before, had to get it.
Thank you so much, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Bav, for the insight about your E23. Let's now have a chat with Will from Verka.
So hi, how are you doing today?
I'm very good, thank you. Excellent.
Great.
Yeah.
Can you give me a little bit of an introduction about yourself?
Yes. Yeah. I'm Will Beaumont. I am the editor and founder of Verka magazine, which is a luxury, high-quality BMW magazine that really focuses on the culture and history about BMW and all the things that we love and admire about the brand and all the kind of the stories that that are embedded within all these models. And we go whenever we feature a car, we always go right back to the start of it. We talk to the engineers or the racing drivers, whoever it might be, who's originally involved in that car. So we get sort of like really deep, in-depth histories of each of these cars, and that is sort of, I suppose, the unique part about the magazine is that we have this space to tell these stories that no one else necessarily. Well, I'm sure people would find the stories interesting, but no one else has the space or the sort of the time to dedicate and to each of these sort of cars and each of these models and each of these people that really are involved in lots of the BMW history.
So can you tell me the backstory of your company, of your
Yeah, so I'm a motoring journalist by trade. That's where I got into the industry. I learned to write. I used to work at Evo magazine. That's where I kind of learnt my craft, as it were. And when I became a freelance writer, and I wanted to set up my own magazine, and I've been a massive BMW fan since forever, really, basically. And and I saw an opportunity for something like this. People that own and drive and like BMWs are sort of intelligent, well-read people that want to learn more and more. And I think there is a magazine that needed to sort of accommodate those people. So that's why I set up a magazine that sort of that does that. And we've been going for about a year and a half with 4 issues in, and that's how I got to where we are now.
So you've explained well about your BMW enthusiasm, but I would like to know, because we're at a 7 Series meet, what would you say is your favourite what is your best thing about a 7 Series? What do you love about a 7 Series?
Well, I suppose it is kind of why I love BMWs as well as why I love 7 Series, because I love BMWs because every time I get into them I always feel comfortable. Not just in a sort of, or they ride well or they've got nice soft seats, but actually they fit around me. I get into them and they feel like they're sort of designed for me, and when the way they drive, they behave in a fashion that sort of like suits the way that I drive, and so I've always found them really appealing in that sense. And BMW maintain those characteristics through their entire range. So even though the 7 Series is, a limousine, it's a big luxury car, they still drive really well. They still behave the way that sort of a rear-wheel drive BMW might drive. Okay, they're not as sporty as maybe as an F3 or anything, obviously not, but that core DNA is still within it, and it's still, you can still feel it. So that's why I love 7 Series.
Thank you, Will, for the deep dive into BMW. Let's now have a chat with Owen and his awesome E38.
So, hi Owen, how are you doing today?
All right, mate. Yeah, not bad, thanks.
Good. So, can you tell me a little bit more about your 7 Series, please?
Well, it's a 99 740. It's February 99, so it's a bit of a bastard of sort of pre-facelift and facelift, so it's single stage airbags, but it's a facelift car. I've had it for around about 17 years. It was sort of not that old when I got it. Completely standard, very low spec. I didn't really know what I was ordering at the time. I didn't really know about options and things like that. This is early days of the internet and things like that, So I bought it, used it, dailied it. I think I had about 85,000 miles on it when I got it. It's got about 185 on it now. So I haven't done that many miles in 17 years. But yeah, it's had, knew everything in the time I've owned it probably. Yeah, like that's about it really.
So can you tell me, actually I want to ask you, can you tell me your favorite thing about the 7 Series, this specific one? What appeals to you the most?
I mean, the 7 Series in general, I sort of fell in love with them when I was a kid, and I got taken to school in one. I had a friend, like wealthy friend, and I got a lift to school in the back, and it just had that black leather interior. I remember it was a cold day and it was just such a nice, like, cozy place to be with. I liked all the red lighting and all the rest of it. It's just, I just fell in love with it. When you're a kid, those sort of things, they just have a memory for you. And these cars have always been, have always held that for me.
Yeah.
So as soon as I could afford one, really, I had to get one.
Amazing. So could you tell me a bit about why you joined the BMW? Like, what's your favorite bit about the BMW industry in general?
I'd say, like, my favorite thing about owning this car is probably the people that I've met through owning it. I mean, I've got countless friends that I've met through the BMW community, and BMs have a bit of a reputation for douchebaggery, aggressive driving, not indicating, all that kind of stuff. But really, I found that the BMW people are some of the kindest, nicest people that I've ever met. I remember I had my fuel line split the other week, and I broke down at the side of the A5 in a lay-by. 3 different BMWs spun round at the roundabout, came round, stopped to check if I was all right. One was offering to go and get me McDonald's while I was waiting for my recovery, give me bottles of water, asking about the car, and everyone was so nice. And I've actually got contact from those people. So just from breaking down, I've got more friends. I mean, I know quite a few people here. It's it's really nice. So that's the best thing about the car. You know what I mean?
That is very, very, very fascinating. A very, very fascinating story. But yeah, no, thank you. I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you, Owen, for talking to us about your lovely E38. Let's now have a chat with Max and talk to him about his love for BMW.
So, can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Max. Here's my E38 740i in Avis Blue Metallic. I really like it. It's one of the best. So that's about me, really. I review cars.
Amazing. Can you tell me a bit about your 7 Series?
So I had it. It's my first car. I've had it for about 4 months now. Absolutely love it. There's nothing. I did a lot of work to make it run very smoothly. And Avis Blue Metallic, only 260 were made, individual interior and parallel wheels. And yeah, that's about my car, 4.4 V8.
Amazing. What's your favorite bit about the car? So what would you say is the one thing that you love about this car?
The one thing that I love about this car is the ride. I think that's why maybe a lot of people get it. I think it's extremely soft and cushiony, but I also love the way that it looks. Nice, strong, squared off lines.
Yeah.
Nice shoulder line, nice unparalleled wheels.
Yes.
And I think that goes really well, ties it all. It looks really neat and tidy.
Amazing. And what would you say is your favorite? Why did you get into the BMW industry?
Well, I've always loved BMWs. It was always either a BMW or Porsches for me. And again, Porsche, their Panamera is ugly. So this is a lot nicer. And it's a V8, so why not? I mean, I love BMWs, so it's always good. And even on a rainy day like this, everyone's still outside having fun, so why not? I mean, they make great cars, some of them, the newer ones, but the older ones, 90s, early 2000s, they're some of my favorite BMWs, and I just think it's overall really tight-knit community of people that really enjoy their cars and their love for their cars. So yeah, that's why I'm part of this BMW community.
And how are you finding today?
It's a lovely day. It's cold, it's rainy, but it's really fun. There's great people here. It's great vibes overall, so I am not complaining.
Amazing.
Thank you, Max. We love the Avis Blue E38. Right, let's have a chat with Michael about his 728i.
So, so can you tell me a bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, hello ATB audience, my name is Michael Fidovich. I am the owner of this Mojave brand BMW 728i. I've owned this car for about 2.5 years now, and it's been my pride and joy since I bought it. I actually dug it out of a bush. It belonged to a widow. It was her husband's car, and unfortunately he passed away and left her the car. She's not very kind of car inclined, so she didn't really know what to do with it. Therefore it sat in the bush for about 2.5 years until I came along. She got it listed for a friend of hers, and I spoke to the friend, found the car, and I bought it. I actually bought it when I was on holiday. I found the listing on Facebook Marketplace. I was sat at a cafe in Sicily, and my partner, my ex-girlfriend, she ran off to get me a cup of coffee or whatever, and when I was bored I was flicking through the classifieds and I found this. And I landed straight from the airport. I got a cab all the way to Heathrow, and I bought it. When I bought it, it looked totally different to how it looks today. It didn't have the ambers, it didn't have wheels. It was a lot higher as well as the standard suspension. But yeah, I fixed these little minor details, and today it looks as you see it. Yeah.
Could you tell me your favorite thing about this car? It could be. I know it's a hard question. It could be the top favorite.
I know the answer. The favourite thing about this specific car and E38 as a whole is that they naturally just attract people in. If you pull over a petrol station, something like that, people will come over and have a chat to you about these cars. And I've been in all sorts of things now, and bizarrely the E38 gets attention like no other. And I feel like car ownership is the type of thing that's best shared with people. So naturally, if you have a car that draws people's attention, not in like a narcissistic, egoistical way, just generally people are curious, they like it, maybe their dad had one, etc. And E38 is quite good at doing that.
Amazing. Could you tell me why you joined the BMW industry? Like, what is it about the BMW industry that's the most intriguing or interesting?
Well, they were very aspirational cars when I was growing up, I thought. Obviously today these are worth a couple grand, so most people watching this can pick one up. However, when I was a teenager, I was drawn into the imagery given off by the BMW brand. I like the fact that they represented a certain elegance, an upper class market feel, and they offered performance that is on par with cars that look faster and look quicker. I was mainly drawn towards the M models, to be honest with you, but as time went on and as I understood my use case for a car, because I live in London, 20 speed limits everywhere and speed bumps and stuff, I realised that actually a big luxurious cushy automatic boat is probably the car for me, and I guess that's what drew me in.
Amazing. Thank you so much for this interview.
From the heartfelt stories to expert insights, today's interviews have shown us a deep connection between owners and their BMW 7 Series. Thank you to everyone who has shared their journey with us. Stay tuned for the next episode where we will showcase more of this incredible event. Again, thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one.